Hello everyone and welcome to today's session. I'm Hafaz from Zenit Mobile Solutions and today we will be looking at telco APIs. So let's start with a brief introduction on what is an API. API stands for Application Programming Interface. It is a software intermediary that allows two applications to talk to each other. In simple terms, API is sort of a messenger that takes requests, translates and return responses. Every action you take on your phone, like sending a message or checking the score of a cricket match, uses an API to access and deliver that information. So you may ask, why do we use APIs? So APIs allows us to bring applications together in order to perform a design function built around sharing data and executing predefined processes. The API behaves as the middleman, allowing developers to build new programmatic interactions between the various applications people and businesses use on a daily basis. So the first step of using an API is to understand how it works. And for this purpose, a document is presented in the format of Swagger, OpenAPI, or some other specification. In order to use the API, it's important to know how to derive the needed information from these documents. Therefore, let's look into what informations we can gather from an API documentation. So the first and the most important is the list of methods the API supports, and then the types of those methods. And third, the endpoint that is used to connect to that methods. So previously the types of those methods contains mainly four types. So we use get to retrieve data, post to add new data, put to update existing data, and delete to remove existing data. And the parameters the method can accept. So this contains required parameters and also optional parameters as well. And finally, example request and response to get a clear picture on what we are going to do. Now let's try to read these informations from the Zenit Mobile Telco API documentation. So as you can see on the left side, we have the list of methods the API supports. So under each category, SMS has SMS send and receive, report, and USSD has send receive, cash has direct debit, like that. And on the right top, we have the method type, in this case, which is post, and the endpoint, and or the you can call it the resource URL. And right below you can see the sample request. So this is the request body and this is the response. And in the middle we have the parameters the method accepts, and as you can see the required parameters are labeled as required in red. So one of the most easiest and less time consuming way of testing an API is to use a tool named Postman. Postman allows you to create and save and send simple and also complex HTTP to HTTPS requests as well as read their responses. You can also add Postman as a standalone app, and also you can add it to your Chrome browser as an extension. So let me demonstrate Postman using a couple of Zenit Mobile's telecom APIs on IdeaMart. So let me start with send SMS. So as you can see here, you can add the method type here. So this is a post. So I'll be using post and the endpoint here. And this will be the request body. And once you send the request, as you can see on the bottom, the response will be delivered. So if it's a failed or success response, you'll get the response on here. So this is SMS send, and I'll send a SMS receive. So this also, you have the method type here, the endpoint, the URL here, the request body, and if there is an authorization, it can be added in this tab. So I am using a Node server to get these responses. So as you can see here, the responses are being printed here. So let's go back to Zenith Mobile's telecom APIs on IdeaMart. Here we have 7 main categories: SMS, which contains SMS related methods, USSD. USSD is the hash codes we type to get our mobile balance, star points, and etc. CAS, charging as a service, which allows users to pay from their mobile balance. Subscription, which contains subscription services related methods, services such as news alerts and caller tune service, which has a subscription, and OTP related methods. LBS, which is location based services, and IVR, interactive voice responses for automated voice responses. I will briefly go through the methods under each mentioned category. So you can use the API documentation to get more details on these API methods, and I will be sharing the link. So you can get more details on the endpoints, parameters, and sample requests and response on each method. So under SMS, we have send, receive, and report, and CAS, direct debit. Under USSD, there's send, receive, and subscription has user subscription, base size, subscriber status, get subscriber charging info, subscriber notification. And under OTP, request OTP and validate OTP. And the location based services, that's locate. And IVR related methods to get simple IVR menu or an single audio service. So that's all for the telco APIs. So thanks for listening. If you have any questions, you can ask them now, and I'll be sharing the links that I mentioned. So this is the API documentation for Zenith Mobiles. So let's go back to the telco APIs here. So as you can see in under SMS, we have SMS send, receive, and report. So if you go into SMS send, it has a description which says this service allows the users to send SMS to one or more terminals. That means phones or SMS enabled devices from their application. So you can use this service to send SMS to devices from your application. So you'll have to pass these informations, which will be your app ID, the password, and the message, and the destination addresses, which contains the mobile numbers, and the source address is the source number, and the second one is the receive function. So this method allows us to retrieve SMS to your web application. So I can demonstrate it again using a Postman. So let's say this is the message I'm going to retrieve, and I have my node server in here. So in the bottom tab, you can see this. Any response I get, I'll get it into the bottom in the console. Now I sent the message. So it should be high. The message is high. Okay, now as you can see here, it has returned me the request body. So this node server is basically my web application. So this will be your web application, and once you receive the message, uh, this will be sent to your server. So you will be handling this data. So same will go to the send request as well. So this is where you send as SMS, send some messages to devices. So here you will have to hash the number. So the destination numbers will be hashed. So I'll send it, and the response will say whether it's delivered or not. So as you can see here, the status is delivered. That means the message is sent. So from your web application, you can handle it to saying the message was successfully sent or something like that. Yeah, so we will be creating a mock API to for you to test these requests. So give me a second. So we will be sending you all a mock API in a few more days. So that will contain all these requests and response with success and failure response. So you can incorporate the same thing into your product and test it out. So any questions, guys? Okay, Randu. So there are no minimum number of APIs, so you can use any number you want. But there's a additional info we need to give that. So we have TADHack global sponsored APIs. So you can incorporate these TADHack global sponsors APIs, which are mentioned in this link. So I'll send this link. So if you incorporate these APIs in your ideas, and you can become eligible for winning global prizes. This is the link for TADHack Global. No, Radhakrishna. So since we are providing you a mock API, there's no limitations. That Dilhan, I am not sure about how much credits. I'll confirm it after the session. Danushka, I'll answer. I'll get a confirmation and answer to your question. No, Randul, there are no mandatory. Yeah, to answer Danushka's question, yes, Zenid APIs needs to be implemented, at least one. And Randul, you can incorporate these sponsored APIs, which you can see if you visit this website, this web address. And if you incorporate them, you will be eligible to win a prize in the global data. Zenid APIs are mandatory, yes. No, Navid, those are separate APIs. So if you visit the web address, I'll tag it again for you privately. So here you can see all the sponsored APIs. So you can use those, visit those websites and check out the documentations, and then using that will make you eligible for the global prizes. Yeah, and I think the proposal submission details were mailed to you, right? Yeah. So Jasi, there's no required language or any limitation, any frameworks or nothing. You can use whatever you feel comfortable with. Okay, any more questions, guys? Okay, we'll keep you updated on the mock APIs we create, and we'll be handing it over to you, so you can do your testing by yourself. And if you have any questions, you can drop an email asking for the clarifications. So we'll reply. So thank you for participating. Thank you.